Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and welcome to another episode of my series, Keys to Success. For this episode, I am going to be talking about choosing your engagements, which is something that a lot of the pro players and MLG players use in their everyday gameplays, and it's something that a lot of us probably aren't used to really using to our advantage, and that is something that we really need to keep in mind when we're playing Call of Duty, whether it's public or competitive play. And it is a concept that really helps you not only get your kill death up, but also be able to anchor the spawns for your team, and you'll be able to do well. Now, for those of you who have been following UMG Atlanta or other competitive Call of Duty tournaments, you would have seen that there are designated roles to each and every team. There are the objective slayers and there are the anchors. And basically, the anchors are the ones that have to choose their engagements even more than their other teammates, because of the fact that they're going to be anchoring the spawns for their teammates. So they have to really be able to provide those spawns perfectly for their teammates. And when I play publicly, I am a run and gunner. I love to run and gun, and I use submachine guns and high rate of fire assault rifles a lot. When I play competitively, however, I usually play the role of an anchor, and that is what this particular commentary is going to help you guys be able to master. And it's important in public matches just as it is in competitive matches. So I know that was a fairly long intro, but you've already seen here on the gameplay on this team deathmatch here on Plaza where I have really chosen my engagement very, very well. And the whole process is basically being able to limit yourself to the weapon that you are using. If you're using an assault rifle, you have the ability of engaging people at a longer distance, and so you can basically set up your gunfights a little bit easier that way. When you're using a submachine gun and you're trying to anchor, it's a totally different story. You have to use cover very, very effectively. And one of the concepts that a lot of people do not really think about is regenerating your health. Never engage an enemy when you are hurt and you have the ability to regenerate your health. You definitely want to go into a gunfight with 100% health. That is the only advantage that you'll carry into that gunfight when the other enemy is expecting you to come out right as, you know, you've gotten damaged. That is something that goes without saying is really, really important. Also, choosing when you're going to engage your enemy. Right here you can see that I'm shooting at a light machine gunner, and when I realized that I couldn't get the rest of the shots on target, I just retreated. I retreated and went back to where my teammate was so that I can actually hold the anchor of this spawn and be able to give my teammates a really good spawn. That is something that's very, very important. Now, in public matches, when you're using a submachine gun and you're running and gunning a little bit more, the anchoring is a lot more fast-paced. And if you're playing a mode like Team Deathmatch where it's all about anchoring, it's very easy to lose your anchor because people will rush their spawn and they'll spawn behind you, and then it really throws everything off. And that is when you really have to have your awareness and your ability to choose your engagements at an all-time high. That's where it really, really counts. And a lot of the times when you're playing public matches and you're choosing your engagement, it won't make a difference because your teammates are probably not as good as you are, or you will just have a teammate who's struggling. It always happens on public matches, and it even happens on competitive play as well. So my advice to you guys who are dealing with that is to be sure to really play like you're playing a search and destroy match where you will die, and be aware of that. And when you are aware of that, then you'll be able to choose your engagements a lot better. You saw there in that long corridor where that guy was shooting at me, and I turned around and used cover at the same time and got a headshot. Those are three main things that you have to keep in mind. Aim for the part of the enemy's body where you'll be able to deal the most damage. most weapons in Black Ops 2 have a headshot multiplier. So if you're aiming upper chest and upper neck, you'll be able to let the recoil do the rest of the work, and then you'll get that headshot. And that will basically guarantee you a 1v1 victory against your opponent every time. If you aim to the areas that will actually deal the most damage, you'll end up getting the kill first. Of course, the connection is based on this as well, so if you're lagging all over the place, you're probably not going to have any luck regardless. But if the connection is on your side, like it was for me on this match, I should say, that won't be an issue. So be sure to pick your shots and aim effectively. Right here, I had a huge advantage. I got a lucky 3-piece because I had the advantage of cover. They could not get their shots on target because they were flinching. And notice that I aimed for upper chest on all of those targets. And I only had 42 rounds with one of the highest rated or rate of fire weapons, I should say, in the game, but I eliminated all of them with a single clip. And that was because I was aiming at the points where I could get all those shots on target and eliminate the enemies quickly. And I ended up getting my orbital VSAT for my team, and it ended up being a pretty much easier match after that. Now notice that over here, this guy was camping. So instead of me actually trying to go try hard and eliminating him, I just took out his teammates that were spawning on him, and that's what I did. Here you can see though that I was running out of ammo. When you're running out of ammo, you really have to choose your engagements even more. Right here you could see that I actually shot at that guy because his back was to me and I knew I could win that gunfight. When I was over here, I was running really low, and again, I just had to eliminate the guys that were basically running away from me. And that's what I had to do the remainder of this match. And the last targets, I was basically choosing to see, that they were not looking directly at me and had an advantage. So I saw that this guy over here was trying to eliminate a UAV, so I engaged him and I ran out of ammo completely. Now what I did was, since I knew that I took out an enemy down here, I was going for that weapon, and I did get a chance to pick it up. Now here, I really got lucky, and that's why I fired from the hip, because I knew I wouldn't have won that gunfight either way. So I hope that this commentary helped you guys, and that you learned something useful. And until next time, this has been MazezRealm. I am out.